why should you listen to me on this topic of how to not be depressed anymore? Well, I was depressed for probably about at least a solid 7 years of my life, if not more. Like, really bad. Did not know how to deal with it. Was just absolutely stuck living life on autopilot and just miserable. But the important part is that I'm not anymore. And I actually take care of myself, and I have self-love, and things overall in life are going much better. Now, if you're depressed, how do you get to that point? I got 5 different points for y'all today. And the first one that I'm going to start off with is probably potentially the most important one. I think all these points are pretty important, but gaslighting yourself into thinking things can get better is probably the number one most important thing. When you're depressed, it seems like there is no light at the end of the tunnel if things are really bad. Maybe there's a little small light, but for a lot of people who are severely depressed, there's no light. There's no hope. Things just seem like they're shit and they are always going to be terrible. And here's the key thing here. When you're depressed, you can't really just make yourself believe like, oh, things are going to get better. Maybe things really are shit and they're horrible. And maybe it's going to be a long time before things could get better potentially. The core part of this idea, though, is you have to believe that there is a chance. Because there always is. No matter how bad things seem, there is always a way for things to get better. And what I did when I was severely depressed is I didn't believe that things could get better. I thought it was just going to be shit forever. What I eventually had to just start doing was just telling myself that things would get better, and I didn't believe it. But you just have to keep on telling yourself that over and over and over again until you finally gaslight yourself into believing that there's at least a little bit of hope. And that's a start. And from there, you could start snowballing it into building up better habits, taking care of yourself more, and getting out of that dark pit of despair. Second thing I got for you guys is identify negative self-talk and eventually try and replace it with kinder words to yourself. Most people who are depressed, myself included when I was depressed, that little voice in the back of your head that's telling you things, not very kind all the time. You mess up, it's yelling at you. It's saying mean things to you. It's calling you names. And that's not cool because you should be your own best friend. You shouldn't treat yourself like that. Why do you want to be yelled at by yourself? That doesn't make any sense. Why do you want to be calling yourself names? Why do you want to be putting yourself down? It's not helpful. It's not nice. It's not going to make you feel better. So when you realize that you're participating in negative self-talk, identify that. Be like, oh, hey, I was being a little bit mean to myself. It is what it is. Let's just let that go. Let that thought pass, and let's try and replace it with a better thought. Let's try and be kinder to ourselves. I know that point might seem a little bit silly, but genuinely just being nicer to yourself in your head will make a difference, I promise. Third talking point is take care of yourself physically and mentally. These are points that get hammered home all the time, and it's because they actually work. This is important stuff. This is not stuff that people are just saying because they're trying to trick you or steer you wrong. These are genuine things that you should be doing. Get enough sleep. Drink water, eat healthier foods. You don't have to like starve yourself or be on a diet, but just like try and eat healthier in general. Even a little bit can make a difference, or cutting out one bad thing that you always eat on a day-to-day basis, that can make a huge difference. If you don't know what you should be eating, research it. There's tons of tools out there. Get outside and get some exercise if you have time to during the day. And honestly, most of us, let's be real, you have at least 10 minutes to get outside and do something. Even if it's just sitting outside in the sun, I think that's better than doing absolutely nothing. You can start small. It's not like you have to sit there and go to the gym and grind for like 2 hours. Would that probably help with your depression to some extent? Yes, it would. It would keep your mind busy. It would keep your body busy. It would help. But you don't necessarily need to do that. Baby steps. Do some hobbies. If you don't have hobbies, find out what you like. Preferably, I think the best hobbies if you're depressed are going to be where you're around other people who are ideally not depressed. But also doing hobbies solo is going to be better than just sitting there doom scrolling or fucking thinking bad thoughts all day. And who knows, maybe that hobby might turn into a job one day. Maybe that hobby is something that just brings out a passion in you that completely revitalizes your life. You never know, bro. There is always hope. Fourth point I got for you guys is identify stressors in your environment and try to eliminate them if possible. Your environment shapes a lot of how you think and feel. If your house is a mess, it's probably going to stress you out. Even if you don't think it's stressing you out, it's probably stressing you out at least a little bit. Clean up your fucking room. Clean up your house. Put things in your personal spaces that make you happy. Like my stupid ass has fucking Bionicles behind me because I like them and it makes me happy because I'm a man child. Find shit that makes you happy and put it in your environment and take out the things that do not make you happy. You may be saying to yourself, well, maybe there's a person in my environment that doesn't make me happy. Fair enough. Maybe that's the case. But are they going to be in your personal environment forever? If you let them, Maybe they will. But a start could be to have a conversation with them. Make a plan towards getting away from that person in that environment. You should at least have one space in your life where you can call home and you feel safe and secure and happy. Find that place. Make it that place. And my last point for you in this video is find goals that actually motivate you to want to live life. This is a tough one. I feel like a lot of people that are depressed just there's no goal. We're on autopilot. We're just going. You're simply just existing and you're not happy. But seriously, if you're completely lost, you have no idea what you want to do in life, you have nothing that motivates you, just take even 5 minutes every day to think about that. Take 5 minutes to just be like, what is something that can inspire me? What is a goal that makes me feel alive? What is something I can work towards? And when you find goals that you want to work for that make you feel alive, it's not something where you're just like, oh, I guess that's something I can do. It's something that makes you excited to get up in the morning, and it keeps you up at night because you want to do more of it. That is the type of thing that you are looking for. If you don't have that in your life, keep thinking about it, keep doing random shit, testing out certain things until you find that goal. Could be multiple goals, but find that thing that keeps you up at night in a good way. Listen, man, this is just a yapping channel, so if you want to subscribe, feel free to. It would be much appreciated. If you have any tips on how to kill depression, leave them down in the comments section below. What's worked for you? What hasn't worked for you? Let me know. Let's be uplifting in the comment section. Let's be nice. Leave a like on the video. And if you want to see more of me, hey, you know you want to click on this next video. I know you do. I know you do. Just do it. Just do it.